Hello everyone, I'm Nate and welcome to my channel. Alright, today I get the privilege to talk about the Guitarist. This is the follow-up of the Metalhead, which I reviewed ages ago. You can check that one out. This is the next in the line of Tom's YoYos, Throws and Brews, fellow YouTuber and reviewer and all that. This is his collaboration. I guess you would call it a collaboration between him and Rain City Skills. Yeah, this is the Guitarist. Let's talk about it. As I said, the Guitarist is the follow-up to the Metalhead, which I have right here. All right, and I like this yo-yo quite a bit, and I like this colorway. It kind of reminds me of, you know, like kind of Steel City colors, Pittsburgh colors, a little bit. Tom's from Pittsburgh. He's a rad dude. If you don't follow his channel, you should. He's got some great content out there as well. So again, this is a follow-up to the Metalhead. The Metalhead was definitely a more V-shaped yo-yo, very wide, just kind of super open gap, very competition focused, great, I mean, just really well balanced, just had a really great feel on the string. Definitely, certainly a performer. I've had the Guitarist actually for a while. If you remember in a video a while back, Waylon from Rain City came and visited me. He personally delivered this one. And so I've had it actually for quite a while, and I've picked it up here and there, but I wanted to wait till they were actually announcing the release of this, which is coming up really shortly here. I'll have all the details of that in the description. I've had it for a while, so I've had quite a bit of time to play with it and think about, ooh, what do I like about this one, and kind of comparing them too. So the last couple of days I've been spending a lot of time comparing these two yo-yos, the Metalhead here and the Guitarist. The Guitarist is a lot more H-shape, very classic H-shape, whereas the Metalhead is mostly V-shape. Has a little bit of H-shape to it, just a little bit, but not much, and this is certainly more of an H-shape. As I said, I really liked the feel in the hand, particularly on the string in this one. It was comfortable enough in the hand, but mostly on the string, it was very much a performer. The H-shape is gonna have a little bit more comfort in the hand, mostly because it's a little bit more organic, you know, but it has that flared out gap that you have with H-shape as well. So it's got kind of the best of both worlds, you know. It's organic E, or organic-esque, right? So it's got a little more comfort in the hand, but it's also gonna perform really well with more rim weight and distribution, that sort of thing, and an open gap. The Metalhead here weighs in about like 66 something grams. Decent weight, nothing too heavy, nothing too light, kind of nice in between. This one's about 2.5 grams lighter, the Guitarist is. But things can be deceiving. Now on the scale, it may actually be lighter than the Metalhead here, but it may not feel lighter on the string, because sometimes, you know, things are deceiving like that. Because of the shape design and just kind of the design in general, you know, you have a little bit more center weight to the Guitarist than you have to the Metalhead. And a little bit more, I mean, you still have some really beefy rims there, okay, really quite a bit, but everything's kind of squished together a little bit more, which is kind of interesting actually, because, you know, as far as the width is concerned, they're exactly there. As far as diameter is concerned, they're exactly the same as well. And it's kind of goes to show you that you can change up a shape and change around the weight distribution and have a very different feeling yo-yo. There are some striking similarities, right? Particularly in the cups. So let's take a look at those and compare them really quick. So you have a very similar hub design there, you know, just kind of it's mostly flat there, so it's not gonna get in the way of, you know, finger spins as well. It just got a little bit of spike there, but nothing to, you can't really do anything with that spike. It's not sharp enough to do anything like matadoring or pull starts or anything like that. That little rim around there is kind of nice, especially for finger spins. It kind of locks it in so that you have enough room there to kind of pop it around. It's a little deeper in here, so I think as far as centering finger spins, the Metalhead's gonna be the way to go. but the Guitarist has a very similar feel with that. You should be able to pull off finger spins well enough. As far as the first like cut in there, so like the IRG section there, it's a little bit deeper there. So you have a little bit more pulled out, a little bit more rim weight on the Guitarist than you do have on the metalhead. I'd be curious to see what a cutaway on this or the CAD would look like on them, but generally you have a little bit more mid-weight and a little bit more center weight on the Guitarist. So that's going to definitely change how it feels. It may not be quite as super uber balanced, because that's kind of how the metalhead was, right? Like very, very balanced. You could do finger spins, or finger grinds rather, all day. It excelled with those kind of things because just the balance of it just was really, really nice. It was also great for horizontal and that sort of thing. I don't think that's just going to be lacking in that, but maybe just a little bit less if you were comparing these two, right? But that's good. It's good to have a little bit of that balance. So overall, I really like the design of this. I think it's a little bit cleaner and a little less like, this one's edgier, right? The metalhead, yeah, it's very fitting for the name, right? The Guitarist, it's a smooth riff, right? Is that a good line? I don't know. I play guitar, but poorly. Yeah. Also like this color. It comes in quite a few different colorways. That black and blue is really nice. I'd be interested to see actually just the black and blue. I kind of like just the simple fade. Personally, the splash is fine, but that's pretty much going to go away as soon as it starts spinning, right? Yeah, should make a nice little like kind of muted blue tone. It'll look nice. All right, let's go and actually play it and see how it plays on the string. If you don't follow Throws and Brews, you definitely should subscribe to his channel. He's a good dude, good dude. He's also a fellow teammate on ZipLine Strings, which I'm throwing here. I'm not throwing his signature string. I should be throwing his signature string, but I'm not. I have some somewhere. I don't know where it is. I have quite a pile of string on my dresser, but this is my prestige string. Before we get into the actual feel of the yo-yo on the string, on a catch, it's really nice. It feels more organic on a catch than anything. The rims on that are very smooth on the catch, and so very pleasant. All right, as far as the actual play on the string, it definitely has like a more, not slow pace, but it's more of a pacing kind of yo-yo. Certainly not on the, it's a lighter-ish yo-yo, like it's under that 65 grams, but it has more of a like mid-weight feel. Does that make sense? Like it's not gonna be super zippy or kind of like light feeling on the string. It's just gonna have a nice kind of like commanding, you know where it is kind of feel, which there's nothing wrong with that. So yeah, the metalhead was like ridiculous with finger grinds. It was very well balanced and it kind of opened up really wide. This one's not going to open up as much. It's going to be fine. Regens are okay. They're not as controlled as anything. I mean, it's just not a high-walled yo-yo. But that's going to be really helpful in, you know, more, you know, advanced tricks like horizontal. Horizontal works really well for this yo-yo as well, just like it did with the metalhead. Maybe the metalhead's a little bit better just because the gap's a little bit more wider open and there's maybe just a little bit less string drag, but it works really, really well. It's still a more performance shape. As I said, finger spins are going to be really nice with this one, just as they were with the metalhead. That sort of, that bowl's really nice. It's deep enough, but it has that little ledge there, kind of to lock your finger in, to center, but not center it completely. Like it's not a gimmicky sort of finger, you know, like dimple, finger spin dimple in there, but it does the job. Rejections are really good. You like that trick, by the way? I just kind of discovered this recently. I think it's a fun little rejection. It's become kind of one of my favorite little elements. What you're basically going to do is you're going to go into a Houdini mount from here, okay? And then you're going to roll over. So now you have this segment here, and you have this twist here. And what you're going to do is you're going to reject out the back here. But as you do, you're going to kind of let the yo-yo kind of fall under here. Okay, so you can kind of just mess with that as you want. You can check my Instagram. The latest trick I did, the latest trick circle I did, use this at the beginning of it. So again, you go from here, and that's it. And you just kind of pop it down, up and over, up and over. So the Guitarist, I really enjoy it. I think it's a nice, like, second yo-yo to, you know, in the line of with the metalhead. You know, it certainly has the inspiration, cup design particularly, but then of course the shape is completely different. It is lighter on the scale, but it doesn't necessarily feel lighter in the hand. In fact, I would say it feels even a little bit heavier. It just has a different feel. Whereas like the metalhead had more of a very, very focused competition focus, like 100% competition. This one, it's got like that 80-20. Does that make sense? It's 80% competition, 20% just comfort. So the spin times are really, really good. The balance is really, really good, but it's not like as boosted as it possibly could be. Does that make sense? Nod your head if that makes sense. All right, I see you. So overall, I really like it. Good job, Tom. Good job, Rain City Skills. All right, that's gonna do it for my review of the Guitarist from Tom from Throws and Brews and Rain City Skills. All right, until the next one, later.